are so honored to be here.
Thank you so much for voting for us.
I'm Zoe Galvez.
And I'm Betsy Crouch.
And we are professional improvisers, which means we make stuff up for a living.
We're also entrepreneurs, which means we make stuff up for a living.
We're the co-founders of Improv HQ.
We serve you, executives, teams, and organizations by instilling the principles of improvisational theater. These are the very same principles which inspire peak performance of any team or organization.
So what is improv? Anybody out there know? What's improv? Yell it out. Say yes. Spontaneously. Yes, it's all about spontaneity. We're creating entertainment and stories in the moment, on the spot, without any kind of pre-planning.
It's also an interactive mindfulness practice. It brings out the best in you, your buoyancy, your presence, and your joy.
Improv is the art of presence, and it's a catalyst for powerful connections and dynamic collaboration. I mean, improv, unlike stand-up comedy, is a team sport, which requires dynamic collaboration. We're building off of each other's ideas, we're paying attention to each other, we're trying to inspire each other, and we're working creatively within constraints. So we're not just randomly making stuff up. There's rules and regulations in place that allow us to work together. And like any successful team knows, there's rigorous training that goes on behind the scenes.
And this is why professionals from many industries are asking for this training. John Cow from Harvard Business School said, improvisation is probably one of 2 or 3 cardinal skills for businesses to learn in the future. He said that in 1998, and now many top MBA schools teach improvisation. Duke, MIT, Stanford, UC Berkeley, Harvard. Executives are appreciating the value that this training has. Dick Costolo, who's the CEO of Twitter, was an improviser for years before he became an entrepreneur and an executive. And actually, Zoe started teaching a class at Twitter 3 years ago, and she grew that program to this point now where there are 6 in-house weekly classes at Twitter, also due to the leadership of Melissa Daimler, who's here this weekend. So whether we're teaching at Twitter, Salesforce, LinkedIn, Airbnb, Vitamix, Kaiser, we are seeing the dramatic impact that this training has.
We're seeing engineers speak up more confidently and share their ideas.
We're seeing managers lead with greater compassion and presence.
And we're seeing doctors practicing empathy skills and really connecting with their patients. I mean, these principles are universal.
Because improv develops positivity and buoyancy amidst change. It also promotes creativity and innovation, and many of you know that it increases confidence and develops communication skills, but it also improves productivity through improved teamwork and leadership.
And it's fun. It's fun. So the first principle of improv is be in the moment. I mean, think about it. As improvisers, we have to show up, and we have to show up with 100% of our attention. We can't phone it in, we can't multitask, we have to really be there. Improv is training for the unexpected. It's training for those moments when someone throws you a curveball, you have to think on your feet and deliver with confidence. And the more comfortable you become with the unexpected, the more available you are to be in the moment.
We're going to ask you to be in the moment right now.
Yeah. We're going to ask you to put down your phones, your notes, your cameras. We're actually going to have you stand up. We're going to train like improvisers right now. We're going to practice the art of presence. Yeah, someone say yay. All right, yes, let's get up and stretch. We're going to do something called the circus bow. It looks like this. I failed! So, on the count of 3, we're going to have you do this. You're going to put your arms up in the air, you're going to smile, and you're going to announce to the world that you failed. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I failed! Turn to someone next to you, look them in the eye, and announce to them that you failed. 1, 2, 3. How does that feel? Yeah. There's a shortcut to the failure bow, to the circus bow. It looks like this. Woohoo! Let's all try that together. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo!
During the next couple of days, we encourage you to make mistakes, get out of your comfort zone, and
celebrate failure.
Celebrate failure.
So Oprah has aha moments. We have
woohoo
moments.
Sometimes woohoo moments are aha moments.
So let's put this into practice now. You're going to shake your right hand. You're going to shake your left foot. You're going to shake your left hand. You're going to shake your right foot. We're going to do that in 8. Then we're going to do it in 4. Then we're going to do it in 2. Then we're going to do it in 1, and we're going to repeat 1. It looks like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So you're thinking, oh my goodness, what did she just say? We're going to improvise now. If you make a mistake, you'll woohoo, right? You're going to count out loud with us. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yay! Go ahead and have a seat. Thank you for your participation.
Did we have anybody make a mistake? Any woohoos?
Yeah, I heard a lot of woohoos.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I heard a lot of woohoos out there.
Well, without mistakes, we can't have miracles. And this brings us to the next principle of improv, which is handling mistakes with grace. So what keeps you from sharing your ideas? You have amazing ideas and incredible vision. And some of these ideas you've shared, and some you have yet to share. You could have an idea that leads to a solution to one of the world's greatest challenges. And we need you. We need you to show up. So what's holding you back? Fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment. And as improvisers, we practice, when we make a mistake, we practice letting it go. And what we realize is that if we dwell on a perceived failure, then we're not in the moment. And if we're not in the moment, then we let ourselves down and we let our teammates down.
So we have hundreds of exercises that leverage the neuroplasticity of our brains. In this case, we're reprogramming our brains to celebrate taking risks. We're removing the fear of failure and creating an opportunity for learning.
When you have a team full of people like this, it's called innovation. This brings us to the next principle of improv, the third principle, which is make your partner look good. So many of us have worked in a group of people called a team, but it really just felt like a bunch of people working amongst each other and not with each other. And improv creates a collaborative environment, not a competitive one. And we practice setting each other up for success. We look to inspire each other.
Which brings us to the next principle, which is listening. Listening is essential to improv. In fact, in improv, we call it hyperactive listening. We really have to be available for our partners as a way of making our partners look good. How many of you out there are guilty of thinking about what you're going to say next while someone's talking? Yeah, I know, I do that too. Yeah. What about interrupters? Any interrupters out there? Oh my gosh, I know. What about multitaskers? Yeah, so you're on your email while you're on the phone, or you're on your computer when you're at a meeting doing something else, right? It's part of our culture now, isn't it? And that's why we're here, because we want to connect. And in order to connect, we have to listen.
Now, when we're on stage, we have the accountability in terms of listening. We have the accountability because we're in front of an audience. We're under lights. What about those times when we're not in front of an audience? When you're not in front of your teams? Maybe you're alone in your office on a conference call, and maybe during that conference call, you look something up online. Maybe it's unrelated to the conference call, and maybe you get a text message, maybe you send a text message. What if in that moment a spotlight shined down on you and there was a voice behind the spotlight that said, "What did Bob just say?" You go, I have no idea what Bob just said. And now you'd go, woohoo. Be compassionate with yourself, because this is a practice. It really is a matter of self-discipline. It's a matter of holding yourself accountable and asking yourself, are you really listening? So we have many exercises to help us develop this skill. We're going to share one with you that you can practice later with a friend or a colleague, and it's called speaking in one voice. You speak together and say the same words at the same time. It looks like this.
Now you're thinking to yourself, wait a second, they planned that. That's not improv. So just to prove that we are truly improvising, we're going to launch into a dynamic collaboration with you right now. We're going to get a suggestion from you and incorporate it into our piece. So where are you from? Someone. New York. I heard New York over here.
I heard New York.
New York. We're going to go with New York.
I love New York. I love the Big Apple. I love the lights, the people, the Broadway. I love the dancing. I love the acting. I love New York.
So this brings us to our final principle, which is yes and. So we're saying yes to each other in this moment. Yes and is the foundation of all improvisation. Yes creates a collaborative environment. It creates an environment where innovation can thrive because people feel safe taking risks. Has anyone out there ever shared an idea and it was shut down immediately?
Never.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky. It's happened to many of us, and usually when that happens, we're less willing to contribute, right? We hesitate. We start second-guessing ourselves. So sometimes we have to say no. It's true. But is it a knee-jerk no? Are we bringing no into the room too early, before yes has lived in the room? We need to allow yes to live and breathe, even if it's just for 2 minutes. Because when yes is alive, creativity flows, and you might come up with an idea you didn't know existed. Yes opens up possibilities, it opens up conversations, and it validates our team members' experience.
Now let's put all these principles together.
Great.
So we're going to demo.
Okay, so I'm going to say 1, and then Betsy's going to say
2,
and then I'll say 3, and then we'll reverse it. It looks like this. 1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3.
You're going to partner up with someone, and you're going to try it. Let's stand up.
Find a partner in 5.
Find a partner in 5,
4, 3,
2, 1.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and ring it.
Okay. I think we're ready.
All right,
All
let's
right.
come back together. You can stay standing. You can stay standing because you're an improviser. You're ready and available for anything. Guess what? Yes, and
Yes.
we are going to make it harder. Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting into the mindset of the improviser right now. We're preparing for those moments when we're on the spot. We're going to make it a little bit harder and put you under a little bit of pressure so that you can woohoo if you need to, but also so that you learn how to not just survive, but thrive under these conditions. All right, we're going to clap instead of saying 1. It's going to look like this.
2,
3, 2,
3, 2,
3, 2.
3.
You try it.
Should we do all the way in the stomp? Should we do the ground with a stomp? No? Yeah.
All right. All right. How's it going so far? All right. Should we make it a little bit harder?
Yes!
Yes.
They're great improvisers already.
They're saying yes. Okay. So we are going to, how about we clap on the two?
How about we
snap on the two?
Woohoo!
Snap on the
Let's
two.
snap on the two. So it looks like this.
3.
3.
3.
3.
3. You try. Have a seat. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
And go ahead and thank your partner.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, now you know the mindset of an improviser, and you can practice applying it. Now, if you happen to forget, we created a page on our website just for you, for Wisdom 2.0 conference attendees, and the web page is going to be up on the screen. So jot that down. We summarize the principles on that page for you. It's also a way for you to connect with us. We have a book coming out later this year. So the page is improvhq.com/wisdom.
So our challenge to you is for the next couple of days, pick a principle and start applying it this very weekend.
And share your experience with each other on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @improv, as you can see up on the screen. So, we encourage you to be in the moment.
Handle mistakes with grace.
Make your partner look good.
Listen and give someone your undivided attention.
Say yes to your own ideas and build on someone else's.
Let's create a story
we all want to be a part of.